My fellow citizens and residents, I greet you warmly with the novelty, promise, and hope of this new year. As a new script unfolds and a new chapter is written, I wish that all your dreams and aspirations may be realized and that 2025 may become a year of great accomplishment. I wish the families in our nation happiness, good health, success, and prosperity. As a nation, I wish that peace and unity may abound. The new year brings with it a renewed sense of possibilities of progress and great accomplishments for us, our families, communities, our country. It is a time of reflection and an opportunity to commit to positive changes in our lives and in that of our beloved nation. I invite you therefore to pause, to renew your mind, your hopes, dreams, and aspirations, and thank God for the blessings we have received during the past year. As we enter this new chapter in our lives, I pray that in the year ahead, we will be courageous, determined, and resilient. I pray that we will find the strength to endure and move forward even in our darkest days. I pray that your creativity and talent will allow you to soar and excel to greatness. And I pray that we will all espouse our national spirit of togetherness and unity. As we say farewell to 2024 and welcome the dawn of the new year, there are many things for which we can be proud and thankful. During the past year, we witnessed the completion of works on the solar desalination plant at Mattens, the opening of another international bank, the completion of the Wally Water Taxi Terminal building, the completion of the Bath and Butler's Village Road projects, the history-making cornea transplant done at the Alexandra Hospital, the first of its kind in the Federation, the completion of Phase 2 of the Malcolm Guichard Recreational Park, the start and completion of the Bath Springs Enhancement Project, the start of the water drilling project with the discovery of water at 2 sites at Mattens. One of those new wells is already the highest yielding well in Nevis. The operationalizing of the 911 First Responder Crisis Intervention Program with assistance from the Four Seasons Homeowners Foundation. The victory of the Nevis debaters at the Leeward Islands debating competition held in St. Kitts. The first Nevisian, Troy Nisbet, to compete at the Olympics in swimming. The huge regional win for our Youth Tourism Minister, Kiana Warner, at the Youth Congress. The historical shipping of plastics off the island of Nevis, a first for the Federation. 2024 was the year in which we celebrated the 50th anniversary of our Culturama Festival. C50 celebrations proved to be one for the ages. It was not only a homecoming celebration and a reunion of families and friends, but it was also an unforgettable cultural extravaganza. We were all treated to a mesmerizing journey into our rich cultural tradition and heritage. C50 was indeed a tremendous success. At this juncture, I wish to register my thanks to all of the participants, contestants, sponsors, revelers, and returning nationals for celebrating our culture and embracing our history for Culturama 50. Clearly, 2024 was indeed a year filled with momentous events. However, it was also a year when we experienced sweltering heat and long periods of drought, which resulted in a scarcity of water and crop failures. On the other end of the spectrum, we also had to cope with torrential rains, which also impacted our agricultural sector, homes, and infrastructure. These extreme weather conditions are a stark reminder that climate change is real and represents an existential threat to all of us. They are cautionary reminders that our stewardship of our environment is critically important. Yes, now is the time for us to be responsible custodians of our natural environment. Now is the time for us to protect our ecology and biodiversity. Now is the time for us to create a sustainable future. This is not only imperative for our generation, but it is also a legacy that we will leave for future generations. 2024 was also a year marked by high inflation, which touched the lives of every consumer. Global conflicts, high energy and transportation costs resulted in increased worldwide inflation. The cost of food, fuel, electricity, and other utilities increased, while at the same time reducing our purchasing power and the value of our personal savings. This demonstrates to us that we are part of a global economy and are not totally insulated from its economic shocks. Despite the high inflation, our government worked in tandem with our people in making life better and improving the living conditions for all. As a government, we managed to accelerate our socioeconomic progress and at the same time change the infrastructural landscape of our island. In 2024, every index of material life recorded significant improvement. Wages and salaries have increased. Job creation, education, health, housing, and physical infrastructure have all improved. Culture, sport, travels, style, and leisure have all trended upwards. On the 3rd of December last year, I presented our budget that was focused on moving forward, continuing the growth momentum, supporting entrepreneurship, and providing opportunities. The budget presented was people-centered and received the praise from our local, regional, and international partners. In the presentation, I outlined a number of projects and infrastructural developments that we will embark upon in the year ahead. There will be the continuation of work at the Alexandra Hospital project. There will be the construction of 46 houses by the Nevis Housing and Land Development Corporation. We will see the commencement of the Church Ground Main Road project connecting to the road network of Upper Hamilton. We will see the commencement of the Winsong Foundation-sponsored Music in Our Schools program. We will roll out our new program for our diaspora to promote our campaign to bring our people back home to work, retire, and invest. As we welcome the new year, let us look with hope and optimism to 2025, as a year focused on moving forward with robust steps, high spirits, and confidence. In the days and weeks ahead, my government will fine-tune our national trajectory and augment our development in the areas of job creation, education, health, agriculture, national security, housing, and social services. 2025 will be a time when we will work to solidify our delivery of key strategic priorities. Our focus on the economy will be building economic growth through the expansion of more small and medium enterprises and large-scale investments. In short, 2025 will be marked by economic transformation through diversification. In the new year, we promise to continue delivering a better life for our people. We will foster a harmonious and inclusive society, one where our people can live happy lives, excel, and realize their fullest potential. This, however, can only be achieved if we individually and collectively play our part in the project of building a peaceful, prosperous, and progressive St. Kitts and Nevis. As one people with a shared destiny, we are intertwined and connected as members of one Nevisian and Kittitian household. Let us therefore resolve as joint heirs and stewards of this federation to unite and work together for the common cause of national upliftment. Fellow citizens, in recent times, there has been a deep erosion of our social values and norms, along with changes to our traditional lifestyles. This has had devastating repercussions on our interpersonal relationships and has caused an increase in antisocial behavior and crime. In the year ahead, I urge us to increase our efforts to improve how we relate to each other. Let us on this day resolve to treat each other with dignity, respect, and in a kinder and gentler manner. Each day, let us demonstrate the qualities of empathy in our speech and actions. I appeal to all parents and guardians to train their children well, guide their development and behavior, accept personal responsibility to ensure that we do not create homes that become nurseries for criminals. To reform our society, we need all of us to play our part. Our parents cannot do it alone. Our teachers cannot do it alone. Our churches cannot do it alone. Civil society cannot do it alone. The government cannot do it alone. All of us must be fully engaged. All of us must be in the same pew at the same church and singing from the same hymn sheet. If we say we love this country, then we must now all demonstrate that love by stepping up and uniting our efforts to make St. Kitts and Nevis the global example of the best managed small island state. The new year will be characterized by great opportunities, but we will also encounter our fair share of challenges. However, in the face of these challenges, our spirits should remain determined and unbowed. The challenges ahead should energize and reignite our love and faith in each other and in our country. They should impel us to embrace the enlightening spirit of hope and optimism and reject self-doubt and despair. As a people and as a nation, we have been through the proverbial test of winds and storms on numerous occasions. Nonetheless, at every historic juncture, we have always dug deep into ourselves and found the necessary fortitude to prevail and overcome. I am persuaded that in the year ahead, with resolve and tenacity as our watchwords, we shall overcome all barriers and obstacles. I am certain of this because of my confidence in Kittitian and Nevisian spirit of perseverance. I have confidence in our community. I have confidence in our country. But most of all, I have confidence in our people. As we bid farewell to 2024 and welcome 2025, let the new year be a blank canvas on which we can paint a beautiful portrait of our country, where every citizen and resident can fulfill his or her aspirations and realize his or her fullest potential. Let us endeavor to remain unified in our purpose and in our shared love of this land that God has blessed so abundantly. In every democracy, we shall have differences of opinions on matters, but I say to you today that we, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, have more that unites us than divides us. Let us be measured in our disagreements and never allow vitriol and hatred to enter our national discourse. Our collective voices must at all times be raised for the national good, not for national destruction. Let us create our own opportunities, and where they present themselves, let us grab them tightly with both hands. Let us learn from our yesterday and work for a better and brighter tomorrow. Let us face the new year with courage and conviction and demonstrate day by day the mettle that we are made of. This can only be achieved if we steadfastly commit ourselves to the great and noble task of nation building. This will require all of us to remain focused, lift our game, and redouble our efforts. It can only be realized through a collaborative approach that is energized by a spirit of national unity and pride. In the year ahead, may we work in unison as one people to realize our individual and national goals. May God continue to bless this beautiful and bountiful country of ours, St. Kitts and Nevis, our land of beauty where peace abounds. Thank you, Happy New Year, and may God's rich blessings be yours in the year ahead.